Have you ever felt unseen even when surrounded by people? You try to connect, but something inside you stays quiet, observing, analyzing, waiting for meaning that never comes. It is not pride, it is perception. Your mind notices what others overlook, connects thoughts they leave scattered, feels emotions they cannot name. Small talk feels empty because you sense what hides beneath it. The silence that others fear feels like home to you. In that quiet, your thoughts breathe, forming worlds that no one else seems to visit. Psychology calls it cognitive depth, but it feels more like distance, a quiet kind that both protects and isolates you. It can make you wonder if you are too much or simply tuned too finely for the noise around you. Stay with this feeling until the end, because what follows may help you understand why your depth is not a burden, but a rare kind of brilliance. 1. You overthink because you see too much. Your mind is never still. It reaches for meaning in every fragment, linking moments that others let drift away. You do not worry without reason. You search for understanding. This is how your brain works, wired to connect thoughts until the pattern makes sense. You do not rest until you see the whole picture. It can feel heavy, like carrying the weight of every possibility at once. But it is not a flaw. It is a reflection of how deeply you process life. Overthinking for you is not confusion, but a form of exploration. You want clarity, not control. The challenge is learning to pause in the middle of thought, to breathe inside uncertainty. Not every answer must arrive now. Some truths reveal themselves only when you stop chasing them. 2. You read what isn't said. You hear meaning in silence. You sense tension before words appear. Faces and tones tell you stories that others miss. This awareness is emotional intelligence at its purest. You can recognize fear beneath anger and sadness behind laughter. It is a gift that lets you understand people, yet it can drain you when every interaction becomes a translation of hidden feelings. You often withdraw, not because you are cold, but because empathy can feel like noise. The key is balance. To feel deeply without absorbing what is not yours. To witness emotions without letting them take root inside you. Sensitivity is not weakness. It is perception turned inward and outward at once. When you learn to hold it gently, it becomes connection rather than burden. 3. Solitude feels like oxygen. You find peace where others find emptiness. Time alone does not frighten you. It restores you. Solitude is where your thoughts stretch freely, where your inner voice grows clear. You do not escape the world, you simply return to yourself. Yet too much quiet can become a wall, turning calm into isolation. The task is not to abandon solitude, but to balance it with presence. Let silence feed you, but let connection ground you. The stillness you love is not absence, it is clarity. When you treat it as space for renewal rather than retreat, solitude becomes strength. You learn that being alone is not about avoiding others, but about hearing your own mind without interruption. 4. You question the way things are. You rarely accept something just because it is common. You feel uneasy when tradition replaces reason. Inside you lives a quiet urge to understand the structure behind every rule. This is not defiance. It is integrity. Your mind resists contradiction between belief and behavior. When something feels wrong, you cannot stay silent. That can make others uncomfortable. They see challenge where you see honesty. But progress begins with questions. To think critically is not to destroy what exists, but to refine it. Still, not everyone is ready for truth spoken without disguise. Learn to choose your moments. Your voice has power when guided by calm, not anger. You are not here to prove you are right. You are here to seek what is real. 5. You crave depth but find shallow waters. You long for conversations that go somewhere real. You want to explore meaning, purpose, the quiet corners of the human mind. Yet many exchanges stop at the surface. People rush to fill silence without noticing what silence holds. This gap leaves you restless, as if speaking a language no one else understands. It is called intellectual loneliness, the hunger for resonance. But even one true connection can ease it. Someone who listens, not to reply, but to feel with you. Depth does not require many voices. It only needs one that meets you halfway. Until then, cherish your inner dialogue. It keeps your curiosity alive and your heart awake. The right minds will find you when you stop shrinking yours to fit smaller rooms. 6. You filter every word before it leaves your mouth. You think before you speak, not out of fear but awareness. Words matter to you. You sense their impact long before they are heard. This carefulness can be mistaken for distance, but it comes from respect. You know language shapes emotion, that one careless phrase can linger like a scar. Still, perfection can silence you. You hold back truths that deserve air. Allow yourself to speak without polishing every edge. Authentic words carry warmth even when they tremble. Communication is not about control, but connection. When you release the need to sound right, you begin to sound real. And in that honesty, others finally hear what you mean, not only what you say. 7. You see your flaws too clearly. You live with a mirror that reflects every thought, every hesitation. Self-awareness, when sharp, becomes self-criticism. You notice mistakes before anyone does. You replay moments, searching for what you could have done better. It feels like responsibility, but sometimes it is punishment. Intelligence gives you perspective, yet it can turn harsh when compassion is missing. Growth does not come from judgment, but from understanding. You are not broken for seeing your imperfections. You are growing because you face them. To heal is not to erase your flaws, but to coexist with them in peace. Let self-reflection guide you, not wound you. Your insight is a light, not a blade. Use it gently. 8. You choose truth over approval. You value honesty more than comfort. You cannot pretend for long. The need to align your words with your beliefs outweighs the need to be liked. This integrity can isolate you. Others may see you as distant or difficult when you are only being true. But truth is not an attack. It is clarity. Living authentically means accepting that not everyone will understand you. Yet it also means freedom, the kind that lets you breathe without performance. You do not need every voice to agree with yours. What matters is that your voice stays clean, untouched by fear. To stand by truth is not to stand alone. It is to stand steady in a world that often forgets how. You have always seen the world differently. You think in layers, feel in colors others cannot name, and notice beauty where most see nothing at all. That sensitivity is not weakness. It is your quiet kind of strength. You do not need to apologize for your depth or soften your edges to fit smaller places. Every part of you that feels too much is also the part that understands the world most clearly. The way you care, question, and reflect is what makes you whole. Keep protecting that depth. It is rare. Let your intelligence be gentle, your honesty be kind, and your solitude be peaceful. If this message speaks to you, let it remind you that you are not too much, only more aware than most. Support what resonates with your heart. Like the video, stay connected, and keep walking your path with quiet brilliance.